Welcome forward to Chapter 1, page 5, Jesus' Course in Miracles. The Golden Rule asks you to behave towards others as you would have them behave towards you. This means that the perception of both must be accurate. The Golden Rule is the rule for appropriate behavior. You cannot have appropriately unless you perceive accurately, because appropriate behavior depends on lack of level confusion. The presence of level confusion always results in variable reality testing, and therefore in variability in behavioral appropriateness. Since you and your neighbor are equal members of the same family, as you perceive both, so you will behave toward both. The way to perceive the Golden Rule behavior is to look out from the perception of your own holiness and perceive the holiness of others. The emptiness engendered by fear should be replaced by love, because love and its absence are in the same dimension, and correction cannot be undertaken except within a dimension. Otherwise, there has been a confusion of levels. Death is a human affirmation of a belief in fate or level confusion. That is why the Bible says there is no death, and why I demonstrated that death does not exist. I came to fulfill the law of reinterpreting it. The law itself, is properly understood, offers only protection to man. It is those who have not yet changed their minds who enter the hellfire concept into it. I assure you that I will witness for anyone who lets me, and to whatever extent he permits it. Your witnessing demonstrates your belief and thus strengthens it. Those who witness for me are expressing through their miracles that they have abandoned the belief in deprivation in favor of the abundance they have learned belongs to them. 43. A major contribution of miracles is their strength in releasing man from his misplaced sense of isolation, deprivation, and lack. Miracles are affirmation of sonship, which is a state of completion and abundance. Whatever is true and real is eternal and cannot be changed or be changed. The soul is therefore unalterable because it is already perfect, but the mind can elect the level it chooses to serve. The only limit which is put on its choice is that it cannot serve two masters. The mind, if it elects to do so, becomes a medium by which the soul creates along the line of its own creation. If it does not freely elect to do so, it retains its powerful potential, but places itself under tyrannous rather than genuinely authoritative control. As a result, it imprisons, because such are dialects of tyrants, to change your mind, to place it at the disposal of true authority. The miracle is thus a sign that the mind has chosen to be led by Christ in his service. The abundance of Christ is the natural result of choosing to follow him. All shallow roots must be uprooted, because they are not deep enough to sustain you. The illusion that shallow roots can be deepened and thus made to hold is one of the distortions on which the reversal of the Golden Rule rests. As these false underpinnings are given up, the equilibrium is temporarily experienced as unstable. However, the fact is that nothing is less stable than an orientation that is upside down. Nor can anything which holds it that way be really conducive to greater stability. 44. Miracles arise from a miraculous state of mind. By being one, this state of mind goes out to anyone, even without the awareness of the miracle worker himself. The impersonal nature of miracles is because the atonement itself is one, uniting all creations with their Creator. 45. The miracle is an expression of an inner awareness of Christ and the acceptance of His atonement. The mind is then in the state of grace and naturally becomes gracious, both to the host within and the stranger without. By bringing in the stranger, he becomes your brother. 46. A miracle is never lost. It touches many people you do not even know, and sometimes produces undreamed of changes in forces of which you are not even aware. That is not your concern. The miracle will always bless you. The miracles you are not asked to perform have not lost their value. They are still expressions of your own state of grace, but the action aspect of the miracle should be Christ-controlled because of His complete awareness of the whole plan. The impersonal nature of miracle-minded ensures your grace, but only Christ is in the position to know where grace can be bestowed. 47. Miracle-mindedness means miracle readiness. Readiness means that you should always keep your perception straight so that you will always be ready, willing, and able. These are the essentials for listening, learn, and do. You must be ready to listen, willing to learn, and able to do. Only the last is involuntary, because it is the application of miracles which must be Christ-controlled. The other two, which are the voluntary aspects of miracle-mindedness, are up to you. 48. Awe. Awe is an inappropriate response to miracles. Revelation is literally unspeakable because it is an experience of unspeakable love. Awe should be reserved for revelations to which it is perfectly and correctly applicable. It is not appropriate for miracles because a state of awe is worship. It implies that one of a lesser order stands before a greater one. This is only the case when a soul stands before its creators. Souls are perfect creations and experience awe only in the presence of the Creator of perfection. This concludes